welcome to Melbourne. What does it mean to be playing in a Boxing Day Test match?
Yeah, childhood memory, I guess. Yeah, as far as I can think back, it's personally one of those that I've watched as a young kid, and yeah, standing here with maybe about 2 days out, it's kind of another surreal moment. But yeah, in saying that, we still have a massive job at hand, and I'm sure we're all feeling pretty excited, and the anticipation is quite big amongst our camp. But yeah, again, got a massive opportunity to try and level the series.
It's the first time you haven't been at home for a Boxing Day Test match for a long time. Is it a bit of a strange feeling?
A little bit in a way. First time for me, and yeah, first time for the whole squad really. But again, it's obviously waters we've never been in before. But again, it's another great opportunity for us to experience something different. And yeah, we can't wait to get it going come the 26th, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Have you picked a team?
We have, yeah. And you'll hear that on the 26th. So yeah, we do have our final 11. Yeah.
Right. If you don't want to reveal who's in it, what were the general discussions? Was there talk about the extra batter?
No doubt. Again, that was the chat prior to the first test, the 7-4 split, playing an extra batter. But the only little bit that I can give away is our bowlers obviously retain their spot. And if there is to be a change, it will be amongst the batters, yeah.
How many changes?
26 exciting time for you guys as well. So yeah, I'm not giving that away. But as I say, there will be the bowlers have retained their spot, and there will be most probably a change amongst the batters.
Cool. We'll go Nick first.
Is digging in with the bat the top of the Christmas list and the key focus?
It's in my stocking, yes. I'm pretty sure we know what the recipe is for success in Australia. Need 20 wickets to win a test match, but you also need more runs than the opposition, and that's pretty been a recipe for many decades down the line. Yeah, I mean, what's happened obviously in the past is the past, and we need to focus on what we can going forward. Yeah, we've always been in a good space since we've been in Australia. We've just been through a bit of a hurdle now in the last week, but I think both batting units have been through that. So yeah, we've started afresh going forward, and we know runs is key. Runs on the board is key, and yeah, we've obviously had 2 really intense days of prep. Yeah, at the MCG, and the facilities have been amazing for us to get that done. So yeah, guys need to respond. Firstly, they need to pitch up and respond to the requests.
How has the batting unit regrouped since the Gabba?
Yeah, we've had a few good combos along the way, but I guess at the time where we are at the moment, talk is a little bit cheaper, and I think the only thing that's your best reference point is obviously putting performances on the board. So yeah, the guys need to again rock up and put those performances down. But in saying that, we have a process that obviously as a test cricketer you have to go through as a batter. You've got to earn that right to try and make a play, and yeah, obviously not a lot of us did that in the first one, but hopefully start of the second one we have a massive opportunity to make a play.
Cool. We've got one over here, and then we'll move to this side.
Dean, do you think you managed to inflict some mental scars on Australia with those 4 wickets on the last day? Played day 2?
The last day of day 2, that's quite... I definitely think so, yeah. I've always been a massive pundit of our bowling unit. I always say I'd rather be facing them in the nets for a short period of time than facing them out in the middle, because I know what they can bring to the table. So yeah, hopefully those 4 wickets on day 2 have created a few demons amongst the camp, in the opposition camp, and yeah, we'll see. But again, they're all professional cricketers. They've been doing this job for quite some time, and I'm sure they're also going to respond in their own nature.
Cool. We went to this side first.
Yep. Your batting coach said yesterday that the wicket felt a little bit soft. Having just gone out and had a look at it then, how does it feel? How's it look?
It feels a lot firmer than it did yesterday, but when we got here yesterday it was quite wet from the overnight rain, but I think it has firmed up quite nicely. It looks a good wicket. Again, all we want is that balance, bat and ball balance, and whoever's victor needs to be the team that needs to graft a lot harder than the opposition. So yeah, we've come here to play good test cricket and put on a spectacle and a show, and obviously not go through a 2-day test, which I hope is the past and never to be repeated again.
There's so much talk the Australian bowling lineup, but do you think there's maybe a little bit that yours is underestimated and how potent and dangerous it can be?
Are you talking about our bowling attack? Ours are the best in the world. Again, I'd rather be standing at slip instead of facing them between the wickets. If people want to underestimate them, that's okay. We believe and we've got massive faith in them that they can win us a test match in any situation. But we've got to get them into that situation so they can perform their trade. So yeah, we're in a good space with regards to that.
Do you think now that you've got time to reflect on that first test, just the way Bowler batted in both innings and even Kayasando and Alvarina, that's a blueprint for how to deal with this Australian bowling where you're kind of constantly rotating the stride and nobody gets stuck?
Definitely. I think also what happened in the previous game, you got to learn from that and take the learnings out of that and put it into practice. Conversations that we've had now recently, we've obviously identified areas where we can obviously counter that, irrespective of what the batting conditions are like. Again, you got to earn the right out there as a batter. But there are small ways of, like you mentioned, rotation of strike is one of those things that can throw a bowling unit off a little bit. So yeah, there have been combos and yeah.
Cool, then Mal, then Andrew, did you still want to ask?
Yeah,
or
please.
Perfect, so Mal, Andrew, then yourself, and then we'll go again.
I mean, South Africa haven't lost many tests under your captaincy, but we know that the batting has been a theme. Just wanted to, have you said anything different to them after this, or has it been kind of the same thing that you've been saying after the other tests, win or loss?
No, consistency is one of the things I like to lead with. The conversations that we've had have maybe been touching on certain smaller areas that guys have forgotten to focus on. I think sometimes when there's a bit of a cloud over your head, you forget about those things, and I think it was just time to go back to that drawing board again and kind of repeat things that you've maybe forgotten about, and they're still there, very much part of the game. Yeah, and hopefully those losses come to an end. Personally, I hate playing this game to lose. Yeah, and hopefully things can turn around, start the 26th.
Obviously, David Warner's career will always have certain links to playing South Africa, but just as an opening batter and a fellow opening batter, seeing someone go to 100 tests, do you have a sense of admiration for the longevity of David's career and what he's been able to achieve? Yeah,
no doubt. I think he's been a colossal figure for Australian cricket. Him and I go way back to Under-19 World Cup in Sri Lanka, so he's kind of been around my career as much as I've been around his career. Yeah, to play 100 tests as an opening batter, I think it's the toughest trade in the game. To get through the new ball and obviously have a record like he does, it's something special, and I'm pretty sure him and his family are proud of that. But yeah, he's been a thorn in South Africa's side as well along that journey. But you know, when you play against him, it's always going to be a fierce battle and a rivalry. But I think the respect in that is very much mutual, and yeah, whatever he does in his career from now on. But I mean, he's got to 100 tests playing for Australia. I think that's a pretty special achievement.
Cool, we're going to go Roger, then 1, then 3.
Yep. You talk about going back to the drawing board. Just to confirm, you're talking about since Brisbane, you know, with the batting.
Yeah.
Just going back to, as you say, going back to basics.
Yeah, because we all feel that we've been in a good space. Our build-up in Brisbane was brilliant. We had 2 weeks of that, and the guys were actually batting quite well. And we had a really good warm-up game where everyone got a good sense of batting out in the middle again. Yeah, there's a bit of a hiccup that we had in Gabba, but I think both batting units had that ball one batsman. Going back to the drawing board, that was the biggest thing for us, and trying to simplify things and obviously make guys aware of certain things, like I said, that they've maybe forgotten about, because you maybe can read too much into what's happened. Yeah, it's just about giving the guys a little bit more clarity and clearing the mind going into the next one.
Dan, you're obviously quite critical of the Gabba pitch. Do you feel it's getting more difficult?
I was just honest, I wasn't critical.
Do you feel it's getting more difficult for curators to repair a pitch that's balanced for both bat and ball?
I think every ground has got their own unique way of preparing a wicket. I'm not a groundsman. I don't know how to prepare a wicket, but I'm the guy that has to play on that thing for 5 days. All we've ever asked for, and I'm sure I speak of a lot of cricketers, we just want to have a good balance between that challenge, and the challenge is bat and ball. and whoever executes their skill the best will most probably have the outcome on their side. That's all we've asked for. That's all that I've ever asked for back home. Again, I don't think it's the easiest job around to prepare wickets, because you want to get that fine balance of taking the test match for 5 days and having a good crowd come in and watch, which is a respected format. So yeah, it's not an easy thing, but so I can't give tips on how to prepare a wicket. I've never been down that avenue of my life yet, so I can imagine it's not an easy topic.
Cool. What does Christmas Day in Australia look like for you? Any special traditions, special treats?
I don't know if there's any special treats. We're playing in 2 days' time, but our families arrived tonight, which I'm sure everyone's excited about. It's been on the road for three and a bit weeks now. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to get a little bit more chaotic and madness with a few kids running around. But in that breath, it could be a little bit of a light breath of fresh air for us going forward. Yeah, and then 25th is do your own thing kind of thing, and just try and get yourself in a good space for the start of the Boxing Day test, which yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all excited about. So yeah, not a lot of plans going forward. I'm sure we'll maybe try and get a lunch in somewhere, but it's obviously a PG rated lunch. I'm sure if the game was on the 28th, it might have been a bit different. But yeah, we're looking forward to our families arriving, and yeah, just enjoy the 25th as much as we can.